Hello and welcome to the first episode of Void of Denis podcast. Today we are going to discuss a worrying theme, filter bubbles. Join me, an expert in the area, Alexander Dunaev. He is currently a new economics school student and McKinsey & Company intern. Thank you for finding your time to come here.
Hello Denis, thanks for your invitation.
Alexander just published his article about filter bubbles. So can you inform our listeners what a filter bubble is and is it a real thing?
The filter bubble is a state of intellectual isolation that allegedly can result from personalized searches when a website algorithm selectively guesses what information a user would like to see based on information about the user. And of course, it happens in our usual life. You have subscriptions for news sources and groups according to your interest. I bet you don't have subscriptions for Indian or African local news.
I believe that the majority of time in the net, people spend communicating with their friends and watching funny content. Reading news is a minor part of our internet consumption. So, you don't face many articles with a different view, do you?
Yeah, you're right, but the main problem of filter bubbles appears when you are reading political news or articles about medicine. Of course, nobody would push you to read news about fencing or synchronized swimming if you're not interested in these sports. But if you consume polarized information about medicine or politics, it might be a threat not only for you, but for the whole society.
You claim that we often communicate with different groups, but I don't think I agree with you. From your perspective, how often do we interact with people outside our social cycle?
You might be right in some cases, but now we have lots of tools which help us to communicate with different groups of people. So for example, a student who moved to another city, has a part-time job and keeps his connections with relatives, would interact with people with opposite views more than a 30-year-old man who has not enough free time because of kids and he consumes information only from TV. And in the second case, you would be closer to the truth.
Anyway, recommendations lead to filter bubbles. In your opinion, should government force tech companies add different information in our newsfeed?
No, I don't think it would help much because of two problems. Firstly, different information, very vast definition, and companies would try to abuse it. Secondly, as I found in my research, people would value such additional information much less. Thus, it would have significant effect on their opinion.
Finally, at the end of the article, you advise to choose sources carefully. Can you share some tips on how to do this?
The most natural and easiest tip is, before reading a new article, ask yourself two questions. Why the author wrote this article? And what is his purpose? And if it's not only about giving information for the society, then you should be more skeptical about the article.
The time is going to end. Thank you, Alex, for the discussion. It was a pleasure to talk with you. We should definitely do it one more time.
Thanks to you, Denis, and goodbye to everyone.
Thank you all for listening to us, and don't forget to subscribe to PewDiePie. All the mentioned sources you can find in the description.
Lasagna, bitch, lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a